Also, Pastor Takina, I'll let everyone in now. It's okay.
Standby. Pastor Naokimi yes, yeah, Pastor Naokimi will be the MC.
So should we wait for Pastor Naokimi or let everyone in?
Oh no, you can open.
Okay.
All right, good morning, brothers and sisters. Today is Thursday, February 15th, 2024. Let us begin by offering a greeting to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. 전지인 참부모님께 경배 바로. Now let's recite the family pledge, first in Korean and then in English. 가전면세 1. 정여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연탕을 찾아 본연의 찬조의 산인 지산 천국과 전산 천국을 장원할 것을 맹세하나이다. Family pledge number 1. Our family, the owner of Cheongguk, pledges to seek our original homeland and build the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven, the original ideal of creation, by centering on true love. Okay, for our opening prayer, how about let's ask on my screen. Carol Pobans to offer a prayer for us.
Always happy to. Please join me in prayer. Our loving Heavenly Parent, our Father, Mother, God, we thank you so much for this new morning and the beginning of a new 8-day cycle. We pray, our Heavenly Parent, that as we join together, that we can renew ourselves each morning by really sharing together in the word of our true parents and sharing together with one another. We know that so much can be gained through listening to one another and really creating the solidarity that's needed in order to bring about the changes that are needed in this world. We're grateful for this family that we have, that we have through finding our true parents, but we really pray that this family can grow. For our brothers and sisters, those who are not yet aware of our true parents, we pray that our efforts can be for their success in coming to understand your principles of love, your principles of unity, and your principles of goodness. We thank you and just want to offer this time up to you this morning, upholding the name of our true parents, and in our names we pray.
Ju, thank you for that prayer. Okay, so we're gonna do some light stretches just to get your body blood flow going. So let's start with our why not reach the sky, since I see people already doing that. And we can just sway one way to the next. And you can breathe in deeply and down. Breathe out. And let's turn our heads, our necks, roll our heads one way, slowly. Reverse. Okay. Now put your head one way. Other side. And to the back. And front. And let's roll our shoulders back. And forward. Okay, arm rotations, same thing. Let's go forward. And reverse. And let's do some torso twists. Actually, why don't we twist to one side? Actually, for standing, might be better to just go back and forth. So yeah, you can twist your torso any way you like, either rapidly or slowly. Get that in. And now, lean all the way to one side. To the other side. To the back. And forward. Try to reach your toes or maybe your knees. Okay, you can take the next 10 seconds to do any other stretch you like or movement to get your flow going. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Thank you everyone for warming up your bodies. Now let's go into our breakouts. Share any appreciations from this past day or so. I'll see you back in 5 minutes. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good chance to connect and check in with each other. I had Carol Pobans and the Kylies with me, but since I already asked Carol to pray earlier today, I'm going to ask the Kylies to share their appreciations. So if you can unmute and share your appreciations to Kylies.
There we go. Well, we.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We're. We share your appreciation for this wonderful missionary couple blessing last night, and we missed it because we had to go to the emergency room, and we had the blessing though of appreciating the wonderful medical capabilities in America. We really appreciate the medical system we have access to. What a blessing it is. Having spent years in Africa, at least in the country where we were, going to the hospital was taking your life in your hands. So that was, and then we reminisced about Carol had spent much of her life in Hawaii, and I had the blessing of being there for 4 months in 1968, and such a beautiful place, so much of God's nature on display. So I was grateful for that. Maria?
Yeah, I was very grateful about the spirit in the emergency room. Our two mother, our two parents do incredible work, and sometimes their work is invisible. But when I was in the emergency room, everything was so calm. Everybody was so serving. So people who were waiting, they were very kind to each other. And the staff, when they came and individually called people, they were also very helpful, very serving. It was such a beautiful, calm spirit. I'm very, very grateful for this. We have no idea how far-reaching the work of our two parents is. It's here we see results and all, but the entire spirit in that emergency has totally transformed from the previous experience. And so I'm so grateful to our two parents. And so this is my testimony.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yes, thank you, Michael and Maria Kylie. Yeah, very calm spirit. I hope you feel better. Looks like you guys are doing well, so good to see that. So now we'd like to go to our Mother of Peace reading and reflection. And for the next 8 days, we have asked Dr. Thomas Ward to share. So please join me in welcoming him.
Good morning to brothers and sisters. And yeah, such a special day when we commemorate the birth of our true father and our true mother. So warmest greetings to all of you. A little bit more about that in a minute. If we could begin by a reading from Mother of Peace today. Regarding construction, the biggest challenges are those of crossing the spans of ocean that separate Alaska from Russia and Korea from Japan. The divides between those territories are both physical and spiritual, and the joint commitment to building a road uniting them will represent important steps toward peace for the human race. Of course, it is not an easy task. Since the dawn of history, there has been no greater engineering and social challenge. Yet I know that it is possible, that it represents the ultimate task that must be accomplished in our era: the harmonious cooperation of all peoples and governments. Attitudes that persist based on the tormented history between Korea and Japan are a huge obstacle, and they give rise to opposition to the tunnel. But we have to forgive, forget, and set our minds on the positive outcomes. An undersea tunnel connecting Busan in Korea with Karatsu in Japan will boost our respective abilities to contribute to the global economy. The anchor cities of Karatsu and Busan will become hubs for global trade, linking the Eurasian continent to the Pacific Ocean. The tunnel will unite these two nations' cultural assets, both traditional and cutting edge, for global tourism. Most importantly, its construction will plant the roots of peace in Asia, and cooperation between these two countries will serve as a model for heaven, healing the wounds of conflict and hostility felt in nations and among peoples throughout the world. The reality is, however, that these two nations pursue their own interests. I encourage their leaders to speak about England and France, who waged wars against each other for a century, yet joined hands to build the Channel Tunnel that connects them together. If the Korean and Japanese people open their hearts and accomplish genuine forgiveness and reconciliation, we will see the Korea-Japan Peace Tunnel built in our time. This tunnel will not just symbolize, but realize humanity's future, based not on fear, but on hope. My husband and I therefore prayed that constructing this tunnel as part of the Peace Highway would create a low-pressure area on the Korean peninsula, into which the high-pressure areas surrounding the peninsula to the east and west would converge to bring unity on the peninsula. Looking at a map with a motherly heart, I feel as if the island and continent long for each other, and the peninsula is where they meet. Thank you very much. So if I could just share my screen, if that's okay. Thank you. So first of all, season's greetings to everyone, or I could say Merry Christmas. Today is the celebration of the birthday of True Mother, and of True Father. And actually, this year, I just felt it was the right thing to do. My wife and I don't know if you can see it, but you can't see it. I guess you can't. We kept our Christmas tree up all this time. So, and yeah, it was nice. I really felt, Christmas shouldn't end on January 6th. It really, we'll take our tree down, I think, this weekend finally. But anyway, it was a very nice experience. And when we study the principle, we learn about basically this whole tradition of heart and the tradition of norm, and norm really reflects like cultivating a certain kind of heart. I was listening yesterday to Roger and Daniela about Valentine's Day, and I have so many fond memories of Valentine's Day from my youth, from so many years ago. It was always such a a precious time. You get all these Valentine cards from all of your classmates, and just I loved getting those every year. It was just a wonderful time to be able to connect, and the same, we think about all of the wonderful traditions that surround Christmas, and I think that in our church, we have to try to foster that kind of Christmas spirit surrounding our true mother, so we can move from that tradition to actually the heart of the true heart of Christmas, what Jesus came for. He came for true parents. That was his purpose, was finally that the time could come when we could have the true parents. So I just want to express the things that we've been reading lately. They just reminded me of all the remarkable things that Christians have, that true parents have done. And I've been reading this book lately. It's called The Deconstruction of Christianity. And I don't know how to say this without sounding critical. I was disappointed by this book. I really had a lot of hope that it would provide some very important insights into deconstruction, because deconstruction and critical theory are having such an incredible impact upon so much of our next generations of young people, really taking away all the traditions, taking away all of the values that have been there, and seeing things not through the lens of love, but seeing everything just through the lens of power. And I realized that true parents, the amazing thing is, my regret about this language is it only communicates to Christians. If you're not a Christian, you won't understand this book at all. And even if you're going through a period of being somewhat critical of Christianity, I don't think that this book can really be able to revive you, because it's just too much tied into Bible stories and things. And there's not really an attempt to take the world around us and somehow then connect that world to God. And the remarkable thing about the true parents and the work of true parents is the incredible things that they did in the course of their life, and everything from a media network to ICUS, as we've been reading about it, to universities, to political healing, to interfaith initiatives, businesses, so much more, and also the international highway that we have been reading about. Really, true parents, they take the world and the language of the world, and they're able to bring that together and connect it to God. That's the incredible gift of what they've done, is bringing all of those things together. So I was particularly, because we are reading about the international highway system. I was reflecting yesterday on a point about the true parent's life, and I particularly thought about this. If you know Korean, it says Dalegang, and Dalegang is what? It's the Dale River that True Mother speaks about, and it was the river where True Mother's grandmother, Jo Wan Mo, grandmother Jo Wan Mo, her ancestor actually built the bridge that goes across the Dale River, in North Korea. I was searching in English, I couldn't find it, anywhere. But if you look at it in Korean, you can finally find it there, And I'm sure it wasn't as elaborate of a bridge as this one, but and his name was Jo Han-jun. He was the one who built this bridge, as we know. And I'm sure it was a simple bridge, a stone bridge, we read. And the bridge served as a way to connect. We saw Korea with China. Somehow it was very, very important, because when that bridge disappeared, there was no way to connect those two. And so, if you watch Korean dramas, there's so much hostility, much more than between Japan and Korea. There's hostility between Korea and China, and whether the struggle between the Ming dynasty and the Qing dynasty, and the Koreans trying to decide which side to take in the midst of all that. Very, very complex, and they went through an awful lot. But somehow this building of bridges, that is actually the reason why Mother was chosen. It was because of the building of a step, I would say, in the process of the international highway system that was done all the way back before True Mother was born, that serves as the very basis upon which the world is able to come together. So yeah, that's an amazing piece that from the very beginning, our true parents have been building bridges, finding ways to bring all things together, and finally and ultimately to connect everything to our heavenly parents, So yeah, just a shout out for the ancestors of our true mother, and that beginning point of everything, this building of bridges. Also, this passage, it talks about the division between Korea and Japan. And in the early 1990s, that rift became very, very strong. This is Kim Hak-sun. Those of you who know something about the comfort women controversy between Japan and Korea. She was the first person that came forward and issued very, very harsh criticisms towards Japan and this rift that actually continues until today. That's when all this began. But the remarkable thing is, again, the work of our true parents in this area. Just before this broke out, the Bridge of Peace ceremony was begun by true parents, bringing together Korean women and Japanese women as friends, somehow to let them reconcile and come together and become sisters in heart, so that this whole challenge could begin to be addressed. And also, even prior to that, in 1988, the 6,500 couple blessing, somehow true parents knew what was coming. And at that time, true parents matched thousands of Japanese and Korean couples. And they are the true bridge to be able to bring together Korea and Japan, because the children of this blessing, they're half Japanese and they're half Korean. And they love both countries, and they can help Korea and Japan likewise to love and appreciate each other. So this amazing bridge building tradition of our true parents, we all can be grateful for. And really, true parents have gone to the very heart of the way in which relations between Japan and Korea, so important for the future of our world, can be able to be addressed. So the true parents were reminded today on their birthday that they are our bridge to reconciliation and to love and unity under our heavenly parent. So those are my thoughts today. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. It's always a pleasure hearing your reflections. Now let's go into our breakouts to also share with each other any insights that we got from the reading and the reflection. We'll see you back in 5 minutes. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So yeah, if you'd like, please put in your insights or reflections in the group chat. But I'd like to go now to the 21 Prayer Hall in New Jersey with Atsushi Takino.
Oh, sorry. It's my turn?
Yeah, for
Oh,
the
you skipped the reflection. Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Hannah, can I share the screen? Sorry, I was listening to the Isu's the joined the church in Taiwan, and their couple is a American Chinese couple, 1982. The very unique. No, I don't hear so much about the Chinese American couple, so that's why the Higuchi-san here he's sharing the 6,500 couple Korea and Japan. Thank you, Dr. Ward. I was so inspired. The building the bridge. Building the bridge is my gut. I got today. Okay, so I would like to share today. Um, thank you everyone to pray for Pastor Crescentia. This is posted on Facebook. The doctor was very pleased with the result and believes he was able to remove 90% of the tumor. While this procedure isn't a cure for her cancer, it means the immediate symptom of her tumor will be alleviated. Next step in treating the cancer will be determined in the coming week. Even though the surgery was a major success, as with all major surgeries, Crescentia will need the time to recover, including the straining of cognitive and possibly some motor functioning. It's possible Crescentia will be able to return home within the week. So that's the current status of the we heard Crescentia. Please, brothers and sisters, continue to pray for her, especially until today we have a chain prayers. And yesterday we had 2024 Heavenly Top Gun Special Blessing. And I saw thank you, someone taking the picture. So Takayoshi Miyamoto and Sayaka Imamura, Junta Naito and Sarah Jackson, Ryota Naito and Karen Suzuki, and Joshua Gatarovsky and Akio Kishimoto. They blessed from New Jersey. We sent them from New Jersey. And yes, amazing blessing. Thank you very much. And true parents, life course is amazing. So that I think true mother want to share to everybody. So as I already noticed that this coming Saturday, we have a very important 12 discipleship key classes meeting. And we like to share honestly what they are thinking about the True Mother guidance, 5 points. How we can create the kingdom of heaven together. That's our discussion point. If you are interested, please. Also, Reverend Butler met Prophet Hadebe, so he will sharing. And when he met Prophet Hadebe in South Africa recently, and True Mother's birthday coming. We had a True Parents' birthday. So now Christian Church, we like to celebrate True Parents' birthday. And everybody, please bring the potluck and we have a ceremony together. The ethnic group preparing the dance and the music. So let's invite the people, family group members, and celebrate. We are all blessed families. We are all the fruit of true parents' life dedication. So blessed family is a fruit. So let's invite all blessed families in here. So today I like to invite Luke-san. He was working very hard, Las Vegas and the nation as a president of the program. But today he came here, so I like to invite him.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents, true parents, thank you. We are so grateful to be connected in the Chonshin One and Las Vegas and Korea. We resonated always with us in our home, in our locations. We are one with true parents and the heavenly parents. Yesterday, we celebrate together with true parents' birthday and connected to broadcasting in Korea. And how grateful this celebrate blessing and the Top Gun, the couples and the whole world to making this joyful moment share with true parents and the heavenly parents together. This is the era. We really have a ilguk to joy and celebrations, whole world together. But we have to really send this blessing and the joyfulness to whole world as soon as possible. Especially, we have to bring all the people to celebrate the Cheonggung opening ceremony at 2025. This year, 2024, is so important to us to awaken and the spiritual grace and spiritually revival to be happen through the Chonshin Won. And this morning devotions is very important us to revive this northeast region centered on Pastor Naoki Ushiroda with the Takino-san, and every day appreciate this the Chonshin Won physically come here in every morning. Thank you all the brothers and sisters pray together here today, and we are resonated to the parents of the heavenly parents, and really appreciate, grateful this moment. I pray my name, Luke Higuchi, Blessed Center Family. Achu.
Jew. Let's have unison prayer.
We see how to go through the really difficult path now with fear, all things over her.
From heavenly parents, couples, man would be work together. Thank you so much. Thank so much. To liberate our unbelief. We can liberate our unbelief. be obedient, people,
growing
over
Your powerful husband,
thank you,
and dear, the true mother will stand against you on your day, day of the heavenly
What is the ideal blessing? What is the ideal money? And what is the ideal
the world
use? How much to be parents?
having given our lives into your will,
Each nation.
our daily bread, our trust,
That's why we have started hunting.
connected and plugged in. We live others
These are barriers.
people
Soundly, we want to breakthrough.
the true mother each
Sometimes each other.
the whole world. In his hands he's got the whole wide world. In his hands he's got the whole you and me, baby. And he's got you and me, baby. In his hands, you and me, baby, in his hands.
Want to receive it and would like to practice it. And start choosing more. With God. The devotion of true talent.
Thank you so much.
We want to inherit that joy of heart. True parents invest all their life. Totally focused on the will of God. They never waiting. Responsibility. Kind of the heart we like to inherit through the Choshimo.
Okay, let's wrap up our prayers. Aju.
말씀으로 제복 주신 가정단위마다
안주.
고마워요.
キリスト教の霊界をあなたが総動員してくださいまして。
Anju. Let's wrap up our prayers. If everyone can mute. All right, thank you everyone for joining us today for our New Jersey Family Church prayer visual. And hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day. We'll see you again. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.